welcome to another video. Today we're watching USA States Part 2 by Geopold. Let's go.
America, the blessed, respected ancestral lands where dong-smoking nomadic tribes freely roam about, living humble lives of peaceful coexistence alongside the wise bison and the green plains. Until a few hundred years ago, until July 4th, 1976.
Oh,
That's
no.
right, I'm talking about the US. I'm talking about this beautiful goddamn flag, which has 50 stars
USA.
representing the 50 states, which today...
Dude, how do you even draw the US flag on like a small, a small thing, a small area? It's technically, it's not very difficult, but it's very detailed.
I'm gonna be tier listing. I did another video where I tier listed all of the eastern United States, but
Yeah, I
that
need a
don't
microscope.
even fucking matter, bruh. Don't even think about that, because today we're gonna be focusing in on the glorious South. You know, the guys that lost the war and what.
Oh, technically the US flag code does not specify how the stars should be laid out or even what shades of color the red and blue should be. I've seen like flags that don't look like the US flag, but technically follow the code. That's very silly.
Wild West, the shining beacon of manifest destiny, the furthest grasp of westward expansion. Wow, it's just so beautiful. There's gonna be one more video in this series where I finish up the rankings by rating the non-mainland states, Hawaii and Alaska. But importantly, in that video, I'm gonna be reshuffling the tier list a little bit based off my general evaluation and mainly the comments. So please
Sigma Geopold is back. Real.
Please let me know if you have any hot takes or any vital information you think I should know regarding the ratings at the end of this video. I will read through all the comments to make sure I have the most accurate analysis possible. Anyway,
Oh my god, as always, my opinion on this is very, I've never been to the US. So I'm just watching from afar.
Waffling, or should I
Literally.
say pancaking, because the first state we got up is the colossal Texas. The biggest mainland state, the state with the second highest population, the state which is so goddamn big their whole ass motto is everything's bigger in Texas. And
That is so silly.
that's definitely true. The trucks, the guns, the flags, the roads, the malls, the
my
meal portions,
God.
and therefore the people. Yeah, Texas is fat
Oh
as
my God.
34.8% of Texans are obese. So
Not Nicocado avocado. Dude, this is crazy. Oh, chicken nuggets and McDonald's fries. Wait, that's what your guys' McDonald's fries look like? I feel like they look different here. They're skinnier here.
surveys have found the average Texan can't run 1/5 of a mile. That's insane. But in general, this is going to be a reoccurring theme with the South. Honestly though, I can't really blame them. Less than 5% of Texans use public transport. To make up for that, they got some of the most insane highways in the country. Specifically, they have the world's widest highway, apparently.
Oh my God.
I'm just in awe, man. 0% fucking tax. You don't need a license to carry a gun. You can just murk someone who steps 1 inch into your property. Syrup on bacon. Oh my God, man. It's too much for my soy European.
Oh my God. The highway. But honestly, the bacon.
Syrup on bacon.
Bro, I would love that. I would love that.
Oh my God, man, it's too much for my soy European mind to comprehend. The funny thing about Texas, though, is they have their own California. It's called Austin. This is the city where pretty much every Californian who left in a great 2020 Cali exodus moved to. Famously, Joe Rogan. The concentration of ice baths in Austin is crazy. Texas is slowly becoming the ice bath / podcast capital of the world. Like 500,000 Californians have moved to Texas in the last 5 years. That's more people than a lot of major European cities. Again, my mind.
Oh my God. I feel like a lot of cities I can't really speak for other countries, but a lot of cities in Germany are a lot smaller than like the big cities in America, for example, because I feel like in Germany the population is kind of spread, you know? It's not, we don't have one. I mean, obviously, Berlin is like the biggest city, right? But other than that, we still have like a lot of big cities, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? But like not huge cities.
Cannot compute these numbers, bro. The reaction of the OG hillbilly Texans to the new gen Texans moving in is pretty hilarious. To the point where there's a considerable support for the Texan succession movement, known as Texas, so that they can protect their own borders from Californians. Oh my god, bro. Yo, you guys don't remember how this went last time? Overall, Texas is so fascinating. It's so insane for me. A man who's never left the European continent. It's so insanely quintessentially American that I actually
oh my god, this picture. What? I can't believe America is real, man.
A lot of the things we view in Europe as stereotypical American stuff is actually just Texan stuff. And you gotta remember what.
But that's like kind of like how a lot of stereotypical German stuff is just Bavarian stuff. I feel like Texas is like the Bavaria of the US, or Bavaria is the Texas of Germany. Does that make sense? Maybe Germans can relate. Maybe Germans understand. Can't believe it's real half the time either. You live there.
Once upon a time, Texas literally stretched all the way to Wyoming. Everything's bigger in Texas, even history. S tier. I have to go. I have to visit. I feel like brisket would change my life and transform me into a God-fearing, arms-bearing American, probably. On to Texas's smelly, damp, freaky, but charming neighbor, Louisiana.
They had a dude in our town, no arms, used to fucking fight everybody. They had a summer in our neighborhood where somebody stole the top of everybody's car. And they ended up busting the person. They were trying to make a boat. There's been 4 cold days in the history of Louisiana. So to have a hot tub is just, it's all, you're basically making soup out of whoever you invite to sit in it. That's when I got involved in this damn cult. What the f?
Louisiana is actually insane, man. They literally exist separately from the rest of America in their own little corner. They got their own Creole French culture, the music, the fucking partying, the food. Even their accents sound like they're constantly chewing on gumbo. But one
bro. Opposite Hungary. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's countries where like population is very spread, and then there's countries where there's like one major city and like everything else is kind of like, you know, everything else is countryside.
It's again truly a fascinating place to me, and New Orleans is absolutely stunning. Maybe because it was built by French people.
I didn't realize that was in Louisiana. It is pretty.
Americans. I heard some of the craziest stories about Mardi Gras. I think the crunkness levels of Louisiana has to be admired. So despite the fact that the state is being swallowed up by the ocean as we speak, and despite the fact that the state is inhabited by the freakiest swamp creatures since Shrek, they're still getting a C because they also make my favorite hot sauce. I drink this shit like
but they seem so fun. Louisiana seems so fun though.
Like it's water, man. Oh, man, Arkansas is literally just Louisiana, but with none of the appeal of Louisiana.
Okay, why is it Arkansas and not Arkansas? Can someone tell me?
The only thing they got on Louisiana is the fact that they aren't sinking away into the sea. They got none of the crazy, unique culture. They are just left with Louisiana's poverty, violence, and inbredness. Plus, they ain't got one city with a population over 200k. Oh, hell no. The only thing they...
You know, but... Well, I mean, if you compare American states to European countries, that does sound like a little, you know, like a few. Is Arkansas tiny?
They're famous for is being the home of that anti-colonial Filipino militia. Seems random.
Okay.
It's weird. Let me know if I'm missing something here, but goddamn,
freeze frame, sorry.
Arkansas, man. They literally got a city named Gooberville.
Goobertown. That's where I'm from. What the heck? I love that. Wait, no, it's not tiny. It's pretty big.
Gonna have to be F tier, man. I'm sorry. On to Mississippi, the state which gives me a brain aneurysm every time I try and spell its name. The state which is home to the USA's most important waterway, and they decided to pollute the fucking shit out of it. I remember watching a video where David Cho sailed down the Mississippi River in an inflatable dinghy, and I thought it was the most disgusting thing I ever seen in my life. And if I remember correctly, falling overboard meant essentially instant death. Anyway, we're in a real deep south here, which means the 3 M's. Moonshine.
Mipyeon! Just kidding. I'm not from Mississippi.
Meth and marriage to your cousin.
Wait, what's Oh, meth. Oh, sorry, should I not say that on YouTube? Oops.
All of which are on clear display in this
Math,
state.
yeah,
They
exactly.
got more
Number science.
vibes than Arkansas, less vibes than Louisiana, and Mississippians are goddamn big. It's the fattest state in America. They can get a E for now. Alabama, my Birmingham brothers, the only other people in the world who understand the struggle.
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole. Do you know what I mean? Birmingham is a fucking shithole.
Oh,
I hate
But
that fucking place.
honestly, this might be the only time ever that I'm thankful I live in my city, because Birmingham, Alabama is so fucked up, it's crazy. In 2024,
Wait, I didn't know there was an American Birmingham. Isn't Birmingham, you know, Birmingham doesn't exist, right? That's the Birmingham thing, right?
it's the most dangerous city in America. I think Alabama has the potential to be a much better state if Florida didn't steal its whole ass coastline. Like, damn, bro, they really did a Croatia on these guys.
True! Oh no! Bro, I would be so mad if I was Bosnian or if I was Alabamian. Yoink! God damn it!
That's fucked up. Although, I don't know, maybe they'd rather not contain Panama City Beach. I wouldn't blame them. The only thing that Alabama is known online for is the whole marrying your cousin thing.
Yeah.
And look, frankly, I think that's just unfair, man. To give this state some real credit, they're actually known for marrying their siblings as well.
Wait! They actually do that! That's allowed! That's legal? What? What? 0.3%?
Tia. Now,
That's like 3 in 1,000, right? What the fuck? 3 in 1,000 have married their sibling. Okay.
Tennessee is a different story. These guys have such a long, skinny state that they pretty much contain every single American biome possible. Anything from roasting deserts to snow-capped, frozen highlands. This state really has it all. Even historical, groundbreaking artifacts. That's right, the biggest pyramid in the world outside of Egypt is in Memphis, and it's a fishing shop.
Bro, that's freaking awesome. I think we've seen this before somewhere, somehow. That's very silly.
Tennessee has some of my favorite city names in America. Chattanooga, Nutbush,
Bro.
Yankee, Yum Yum, and my
Yum
personal
Yum.
favorite, Regret. Damn. Yeah, I feel that one. Obviously, Nashville is super famous for country music and fried chicken. Two things this state does phenomenally. This state has such an important musical influence on the world.
yeah.
I mean,
Fried
where would the
chicken.
annoying-ass brain-rotted Russian producers be without funk music? Originally invented in Memphis, actually, by talented humans like Young Dolph. Obviously,
What?
the most famous
Really?
Tennessee musician was Elvis, who despite, you know, being...
Right? Tennessee is so silly. I never had like, you know, I feel like Tennessee is one of those states I never thought much about. Like, as in, you know, it's just not in my mind. Like, sometimes I think about Texas, right? But I don't really think about Tennessee. But that's pretty cool.
up to some questionable things and eventually passing away from shitting too hard, he put Tennessee on the map. And I think he was onto something because this state is pretty goated in my opinion. And if you want to gain 200 pounds in a decade, just like Elvis did, this state is for you. A tier. Next up, Kentucky, known for KFC and...
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. I know it isn't, but I think...
I like KFC. KFC's pretty good. I like fried chicken. I feel like we don't have a lot of fried chicken places here that are like only sell fried chicken. So KFC is pretty good.
Kentucky should be counted as part of the Midwest because deja vu alert, we're talking a lot of goddamn corn and it gets way too damn cold here in the winter for them to be classed as the South. I think when Europeans hear the word Kentucky, they just assume it's like down here in the deep South. But bro, it borders fucking Illinois and...
I did think it was more in the South. God damn it, it's true. KFC, but not the spicy version. I don't know what they did to that, but it's bad now. Really? I think last time I had KFC, I liked the spicy ones too. But maybe it also depends on like the place. You know, sometimes I don't know how strict KFC is with its how's it called again? Since it's you know, how is the thing called? How's the thing called? Like McDonald's, it's not owned by like the same people, you know, you can just buy a McDonald's license and then make your McDonald's. Yeah, and I don't know if that's maybe the same for KFC and maybe the quality control is different. I don't know.
Ohio.
Or maybe it's just franchise. Yeah, it's a franchise. I don't know if KFC is a franchise.
In the deep South. But bro, it borders fucking Illinois and Ohio. It is not the South. Kentucky is seriously mid. Man, I couldn't find one standout positive or one standout negative about this state. Honestly, they should have just stayed as part of Virginia and just formed one massive mid state. Honestly, I don't even like KFC, man. It's way too soggy. I want my chicken.
My KFC, whenever I got a KFC, it wasn't bad. It was definitely not soggy. Sometimes it was dry, but it was never soggy.
Crispy or spicy. And if this kind of mid-soggy stuff is what Kentucky are proud of creating, they're getting a D. Right, last state in the East. Once again, it's kind of questionable whether this one is in the South or the Midwest, but we got West Virginia. Man, this state is so fucked up that I kind of had to rate it above an F. It's almost impressive how fucked up this state is. It consistently peaks in the kind of list you don't really want to peak in. Ever since us humans stopped using coal and coal became a bit more scarce, this state's industry has been cooked. They've had a Detroit level decline, just it happened twice as long ago and they still haven't recovered. Yeah, despite being pretty close to the economically goated East Coast, West Virginia just fucking benefited nothing. Imagine if all the shitty parts of Ohio made up one entire state. You got West Virginia, which...
Bro, that's tough. But why did they... Okay, but I was, you know, I think I asked this before. I don't remember if he said that in the last video, but like, why isn't Virginia and West Virginia, why aren't they just one Virginia? Like, why do there have to be two Virginias? Because if West Virginia sucks, maybe that's why it's just God, this is really hard to say for me for some reason. Maybe if West Virginia is like the worst one, maybe Virginia was like, okay, we don't want you anymore. Is that the lower? Is that the lower? I don't know.
Really just feels like...
It was one Virginia before. Yeah, I mean, it had to be, right? Why is West? Why is West Virginia north of Virginia, not west? Also, good point.
The outcast bits of all the surrounding states, bits that those states didn't want to claim because the hillbillies are too hard to control. Yeah, this state is one of the most rural. Therefore, the hillbillies out there are literally out of fucking control. Bro, moonshine is legal. It's like the tweaker hot pot of this side of the US. And drug-related crime is so high in this state simply because they just don't have police. It's vigilante land, which in my opinion, you know, that is true freedom. That's the beacon of humanity they have to go to eat. Just because I don't have the heart to stick them in F. I think they deserve better as humans.
What is that video? I Wait.
I don't have the
You know, that's nice of him. That's nice of him. But
heart to stick them in F. I think they.
what is this video? I know this is kind of off topic, but like, bro, this is just sad. You're eating your watered down pasta dish and drinking your watered down wine.
They deserve better as
Man.
humans. Alright, jumping over into the west. We got Oklahoma, the big pan. I'm not gonna lie, it's another fucked state. It wasn't even created until 1907, bro. In terms of world history, that was like yesterday. That was like a couple hours ago. That was like fucking lunchtime, bro. Essentially,
Wait, what was it before? Was it just nothing? No one's land? What was it before?
Oklahoma exists because
Lucas.
Americans needed a bit of unwanted, shitty, ugly, dangerous land to lock up natives and force them into horrible poverty using alcohol, gambling, and inadequate rations. If you look at Oklahoma on Google Maps, you can see all these reservations, prison camps. That's essentially because all the land that the USA promised the natives that they could have was taken from them because of gold, crops, money, freedom. They basically forcibly marched these 5 big native tribes into Oklahoma, known as the Trail of Tears. And honestly, I would cry too if I was forced to move to Oklahoma. The reason the US government gave this land to natives was because it's essentially the worst fucking land in the world ever. And the government knew they would never ever want to settle such trash ends. The land is completely unarable. The communities there are so poor and violent. And also, I forgot to mention, there's the nice little threat of being completely obliterated by the air. Oklahoma's one of the absolute worst states for tornadoes, and I personally would never ever risk my life to live somewhere as ass as Oklahoma. So you know, it adds up that a lot of Oklahomans had no choice. They had to live there. I mean, at least Nebraskans and Kansasans, yeah, they had to deal with tornadoes, but at least they got corn. Oklahoma don't even got corn, bro. What the fuck do they have apart from bad weather and misery? Well, I guess the only
I don't often feel bad for people living somewhere, but oh my god.
talked about thing about Oklahoma is the panhandle of nothingness. Yeah, there's literally nothing here. It just came into existence from everyone arguing whether slavery was cool or not. So honestly, Oklahoma can get an F. Alright, bordering Oklahoma, we got New Mexico. The one thing New Mexico has going for it is Breaking Bad. And who would have thought? It turns out the series was actually a very precise depiction of the state. Yeah, they really adore crystal meth out there. On one hand, they got some truly pretty amazing historical sites.
Ooh.
And some very pretty cities too.
What?
But then there's also some truly pretty amazing historical sites and some very
I would have never guessed that this is in America.
pretty cities too. But then there's also Albuquerque. Not only do they have crime, violence, addiction, poverty, also you can't even visit Walt's house without being abused. Bro, that's their only attraction. What do you mean? Look, I'm not gonna give them an F because
Walter, put your boy away, Walter. I'm not having sex.
and also, as people keep saying, my entire drip is Jesse Pinkman, but they can get a serious hardline.
Wait, that's him? Wait, what the fuck? There's no way he's not cosplaying him on purpose.
My entire drip is Jesse Pinkman, but they can.
Wait, what the heck? He has the same beard. He has a mustache. What the heck? Oh my god.
Get a serious hardline E. On the other hand, Arizona, home to some of the world's greatest wonders, so many national forests, so many preserved bits of nature, and most famously, the Grand Canyon, arguably America's most famous landmark. And what can I say, man? It's colossal, it's awe-inspiring, it's gorgeous.
Very
the Grand
cool.
Canyon is truly captivating. So
Well, also, whenever I look at those pictures, I feel thirsty. Like, I gotta drink some water now, dude. It's, I don't know. know.
So much that, about
so
11
dry.
people a year, they get a bit too interested in it. I mean, talking about putting yourself
How? Why?
at risk. I had no idea how many people were watching over me, maliciously harvesting my personal information. Arizona. After Googling and researching about it, I suddenly got ads to visit the Grand Canyon. This means
What?
hella people potentially having access to my online activity. That's scary. I want my 5 a.m. search history to be known by me and me only. Basically, I signed up to this tool called Incogni yesterday. I was not expecting to see 32 companies, people with my personal information. I hate it so much when I get spam. I'll be looking at my phone thinking it's some important big money business update. No, it's just mega Nigerian billion cashnow.com trying to sell me another set of Toyota sliders, bro. I don't want some brother in Lagos to be flexing like 7 necklaces just because he got...
Bro, that's a crazy necklace. Was that like a... Is that just Africa? Like the continent? That's fire. Holy shit.
Want some brother in Lagos to be flexing like 7 necklaces just because he got a hold of my information and sold it on. You can fix this before you've unknowingly bought our Nigerian bro a G-Wagon. With Incogni, all they need is your most basic information and voila, they reach out to the data brokers and remove your private data from the market. I'm the kind of guy that will take 20 packets of sugar from Costa to save money. I'm a cheapskate and I'm telling you this is a good cheap deal. You literally get the majority of the price discounted away if you go to incogni.com/geopold and use code geopold to get an exclusive offer of 60% off. Your privacy is priceless, so why not drop a tiny discount?
Stop saying boob.
buck on it, and you're also supporting me as a creator at the same time. That's incogni.com/geopold and use code geopold or click the link below. Thanks Incogni for sponsoring this video. And that
Thanks,
rural
Incogni.
beautiful side of Arizona is definitely what Arizonans would want me to focus on when tier listing this state, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to talk about Phoenix. Yeah, don't get fooled by the glamorous sounding name. This city
That's a crazy
is low-key
name.
hell on earth. And that's not really directed at the people of Phoenix. It's more about the fucking heat.
Why would it be that hot at
Wait. I don't understand. Wait. Okay, wait. I don't understand Fahrenheit. Is this Fahrenheit? No, this has to be Fahrenheit. Right? But isn't 81 Fahrenheit cold? I'm so confused. Second one is Celsius. Are you serious? Oh, 81 is 27. Oh, that's not cold. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Is the second one Celsius? Or isn't that like the coldest? I think that's the coldest temperature, and this one's the hottest, right?
night anyway? What city is that? Is that a desert? Is that hell, nigga?
Phoenix is
Bro.
so dystopian, bro. It's the world's 8th hottest city. That's hotter than like every African city, bro. Did America...
Oh, is it actually 56 degrees? Wait, I'm so confused. Wait. Phoenix. Temperature. Oh, right now it's 16 degrees. But, 16 degrees Celsius. I think... Okay, wait. I don't know. I think it's probably like... Okay, it says max 40, 41, 40, minimum 25, 28. Okay, it's pretty hot.
Americans even slightly take this into account when building Phoenix up in 1950? Of course they did. Not. Of course they fucking didn't, man. Asphalt mega.
Yeah, 45 Celsius is insane. Even like 40. Dude, I mean, for me, I'm not a good measurement anyway. I'm the type of person, if it's 25 degrees Celsius, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit for the Americans, but if it's 25 degrees Celsius, I think already it's too hot. I already think it's too hot. So yeah, I'm very bad with heat.
Of course they did. not? Of course they fucking didn't, man. Asphalt mega highways that essentially act as gigantic frying pans. The lack of any greenery, making the valley an impenetrable stove of hot, thick pollution. The
It
fact
looks so
everyone has
sad.
aircon, coolers, fridges, ice machines, sprinklers, etc. on means so much extra generated waste heat. This place is literally just an invisible furnace with...
but if it's like 40 degrees, you want to put on the AC. You want to put on the AC, you know, but
people living in it who are slowly cooking themselves alive. And I mean literally, compared to the rest of the US, you're 40% more likely to get skin cancer in Phoenix.
Oh my
Heat this
God.
high doubles the chance of you having a heart attack, and thousands of people die from just straight up sunstroke or dehydration in this state every year. And this can make it pretty damn impossible to go outside in Phoenix and a lot of the rest of the state. So if you drop yourself on Google Maps anywhere in southern Arizona, there's like a 1% chance you'll see a pedestrian. It literally looks like there was a zombie apocalypse or something. It feels completely empty. That being said, I do think this state is pretty cool, definitely not literally, and their state flag is one of the rare amazing state flags. So for that, I gotta
yeah, it's a pretty cool state flag. I like the flag. It looks pretty nice. Thank you for the
from a
highlight.
high C at least. Nevada, probably
You're right. That's such a Arizona looks so dry. God.
the only true remaining Wild West state. Casinos, brothels, fighting, drugs, tax breaks, nuclear weapons, non-nuclear weapons. You can truly find it all in Nevada. I already got a whole video about Las Vegas because my European brain finds this ultra-capitalist mecca for American degenerates. Frankly,
It is very fascinating, Las Vegas. I kind of want to go, but I'm scared.
mind-blowing. This supermassive, relentless, violently bright
What the fuck? What?
advertising orb is just the cherry on the top of the cake. Nevada also joins Tennessee in the Great American Pyramid
Why?
Crusade. This time, the obelisk
Oh my god. Oh my god, the buildings are insane. It looks like it's made of gold, and then this one is a pyramid. This one looks also very crazy. What?
is obviously a casino. Nevada does
Of
have other
course.
cities like Reno, Carson City, Winnemucca, Fatty Martin Lake, where there is,
Bruh.
in fact, no lake. All these Nevadan cities were built up as kind of a midpoint for pioneers crossing the plains and the Rocky Mountains in search of gold. However, these towns are what distracted a lot of guys from actually coming back home with any gold. Because chances are, if you're a lone geezer who spent 6 months walking through butt nowhere, eating dried potatoes and grass and shit, if you happen to stop off in Winnemucca after the most back-breaking ordeal of your life, you
Oh
might...
my god. I'm so happy that we live in the times of cars and planes and stuff. Walking through the desert is actually terrifying to me. I don't know why, but it's like, is it an irrational fear? Maybe a little bit. I don't want to walk through a desert. It kind of scares me. Oh.
Have a slight persuasion for the type of things people sell there. Beer, whiskey, ladies, gambling, cigarettes, other stuff I can't say
Oh
on
my
YouTube.
God.
You might indulge a little bit, you know? Next thing you know, you're stuck sending all the leftover scraps of gold
They're just like Germany. With the drinking, it's just like Oktoberfest.
find to Mr. McCarson's saloon to pay off the hefty bar tab you stacked up, because God forbid you get on the bad side of Mr. McCarson and his gang of vigilante cowboys. It's exactly the same today. Nevada runs in almost the exact same setup. I can't think of anywhere else
Oh
like
my
it.
God.
Yes, every bone in my body tells me it's an awful
60% of the state's GDP is gambling related. Bro, that's insane. What the heck? Bro.
degenerate hellhole But Nevada is really fascinating. It's also very, very, very American. Probably like the purest, most raw example of the USA. So honestly, it can get a B. Now, Utah, that means Mormons. An entire fucking state built by cult members. I'm joking. No disrespect to my Mormon brothers and sisters. What you guys did with that piece of shit land is crazy. They actually built Wakanda on ground that essentially has the same agricultural properties as cigarette ash. And it really was not cool that you guys got persecuted for years just for having your own swag. And you guys basically showed the rest of America that it was possible to expand westwards at a large scale. They were really the OG manifestors, but I find it a little hard to believe that my boy Joseph found them golden plates in the funny named hill. I think he just wanted more wives in his life, bro. The thing about Utah,
40
despite it being
wives?
historically extreme.
What do you need 40 wives for? Ain't no way. 40.
Extremely unique and interesting, despite Salt Lake being such an insane feat of human engineering, despite it having some phenomenal nature, it's just a little bit boring. Mormons are just well-behaved people, man. The absolute polar opposite of their Nevada neighbors who profit a little bit off naughty Mormons nipping over the border. There's actually this town that borders Utah and Nevada called Wendover, and the contrast is so funny, man. On the Utah side, we got a church, a cafe, a museum, a park, a little inn, a school, a dentist. On the Nevada side, by less than a meter, we got 2 goddamn mega casinos with an indoor bridge in between them.
That's so funny. It's so freaking funny.
Strip club, a weed dispensary, 2 nightclubs, more casinos, an Arby and a casino in one, 3 liquor stalls, a Mickey D's, a concert hall, about 6 gas stations, a golf course, and that is why Nevada is beating Utah.
What is that? Duality of the US, bro. That's crazy.
Actually, the only interesting thing that happened in the last 50 years of Utah's history is this British dude drove a toy mini Jeep all the way through it. Utah getting a high D. Colorado, probably the best state flag. Possibly the best scenery in America. Possibly the best strategic location in the US. Hence, all those doomsday bunkers exclusively for the elites within the hills of Colorado. They got crazy history. The natives, the pioneers, the gold rush. All of that means that nowadays, there's just as many ghost towns as there are inhabited towns in this state. You can actually buy entire ghost towns in rural Colorado for about as much as you can get a house in Denver for. If you decide to move or...
Bro, you guys, anyone wanna... wanna make their own Mipion town? You guys wanna found a town?
visit though, be prepared for altitude sickness. Yeah, containing 75% of the USA's land above 10,000 feet, Colorado is home to some of the highest Americans. And that statement had absolutely nothing to do with the physical height of the state. No, it was the first state to legalize it. Personally, I think that's cool. Probably makes this state an absolute gold mine for budding crisps salesmen like me. I got big plans. I'm telling you, once I introduce pickle onion monster...
Oh, I had those. I think... Oh, what was my verdict on them? I think I didn't like them that much. I mean, I liked them, but they weren't crazy, you know. They weren't like, it's been too long. It's been too long. But I think, yeah, I think I like them kinda, but that's the thing though. Cause like almost every snack I tried from the UK tasted like vinegar, and this one too because it's pickled onion. Like why? Oh shit! I love vinegar. See, but you're British. I guess it's you know. Maybe it's just not made for my taste buds. Colorado me things. Okay, Colorado, let's keep going.
Much in bulk into Colorado. My net worth is skyrocketing. And as true stoners, this state lays claim to one of the most proud, integral American masterpieces, the cheeseburger. Between this and Joey Diaz's Colorado's...
Wait, but didn't America steal the hamburger from Germany. This is extremely controversial, by the way. I mean, cheeseburger, I'll give you guys that if you decided to put cheese on it and call it a new thing. But isn't the hamburger from Germany?
Stories, which I definitely can't play on this platform. I'm thinking very high score for this state. I'm saying A with potential to move up even further. Wyoming,
oh my god,
the state
okay.
with the lowest population of humans. Instead, they got...
Dude, okay, Wyoming. I really like the name Wyoming. I don't know why. I think it's very fun to say. I don't know if anyone has ever mentioned that or ever thought of that, but I think Wyoming is a very fun name to say. Everyone knows the hamburgers from uni. No! Hamburg!
Elk. Despite having only 500,000 people, this state receives around 8 million tourists every year. That means for every
my
one
God.
Wyomingan, there's 16 tourists. Why?
Uh-oh.
Yellowstone National Park, another one of the US's natural wonders, somewhere I would love to visit. They have these insane hot springs, which once again, people sometimes get a bit too excited about, and but the reason why...
How do you guys just get killed by natural, what is it called? Natural concoctions? Natural shit? Some people just jump in, goddammit. Did we hit Oregon yet? Wait, where is Oregon? Because he's going by what is it? By position. He started at the East Coast, and now we're like doing the stuff next to the East Coast, if that makes sense.
These pools bubble
Oregon
away
should be
at
soon,
almost
okay.
200 degrees. Is that Yellowstone National Park is essentially one big super volcano that, if it erupted, would probably take out all of human civilization. So I want to be on Wyoming's good side, honestly. The only other thing I know about Wyoming, it was home to Kanye's giant ranch, which is now abandoned, and I assume he took down that Israel flag he was flying in there before, you know. Nature and geography wise, Wyoming is literally insane, so I would love to visit, and I'm thinking C, just because they got less people than Coventry. Like, come on, bro. Montana.
Hey, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Or is he not going off by position? I'm so confused. He's like, I thought he was gonna do like the entire middle. Wait, Oregon? Where's Oregon? This is Oregon, right? Maybe that's in the third part. I don't know if we're gonna watch the third part today.
It's like Wyoming, just it's double the size, double the amount of people, but I know half the amount of stuff about it. Out here, there are more cattle than humans. I was so lost trying to find stuff to talk about regarding Montana that I started searching up their foods, and it came up with this. That's...
What? It's just berries. It's just berries.
It, bro. Huckleberries. That's your pride and honor. I appreciate that Montana probably has economic and geographical importance, but I'm struggling for reasons to not stick you guys in E. Not gonna lie. Next up, we got Idaho, which is known for one thing. Potato. Yeah, these guys are the entire country's potato plug, and they are goddamn good at it. Personally, I think...
Holy shit. Look at that. That's so many potatoes.
Potatoes are the S tier carbs.
I hate potatoes. To the Raiders, I hate potatoes, but I appreciate that it's so many, you know. I respect that. I respect the quantity.
So I gotta respect Idaho a lot more than, you know, all the corn and wheat beta states. Believe it or not though, I actually know some more stuff about Idaho than potato. For example, for some reason, Jesse Pinkman owns a house there.
Oh, the cheese thing we watched. Is that? I would go there. I would love that. I love cheese. Feel personally attacked? Why? That's more potatoes for you. If you like potatoes and I don't like potatoes, that means there's more left for you. You know? Wait, it's the guy from Dispatch. Robert Robertson.
He's actually trying to act like nothing ever happened, bro. And also, this state is actively trying to invade Oregon. Idaho is actually moving like an Eastern European country right now, bro. They came up with this map
Wait,
of
what?
Greater Idaho. Ah, hell nah, man. Dua Lipa moment. Fucking Viktor Orban moment. Essentially, this is just the conservative idea that all the hillbilly parts of Oregon should join onto their hillbilly neighbor so everyone can be hillbillies together. Oh, so now that it's you guys being affected, Americans want to talk about drawing up borders that don't respect ethnic, religious, and social boundaries, huh? It really took you guys, some gay people in Portland, to figure out the complete...
You guys, this video, like, it goes from the silly stuff and then it gets to, like, the most political, serious stuff. What the heck?
Straight, square borders aren't a good thing, huh? Also, by that logic, are you
Oh my
Idahoans
God.
gonna secede your
He likes Mercedes, I think.
blue counties to Oregon? You guys ready to create enclaves of Oregon within your paradise? This is like
Holy
the most
shit.
Balkan thing I've ever heard. This border dispute is so funny, man. Will it ever happen? No. Will it ever have any importance in the world? No. Does it prove that the unwavering, pioneering spirit of expansionism isn't limited to the western boundary of the US? Yes, yeah, absolutely does. Even if it's fueled by...
I have a feeling he really likes this video. We've seen this like 5 times. It's kind of insane, not gonna lie. This is kind of a... Why? Just want to know the context. This guy just went out on the street in the middle, in his like neighborhood, right? And then he has like long hair and stuff. He's waving his
Fear and
huge
delusion.
US flag. That's
And
crazy.
true manifest destiny is alive and thriving in
Hurricane? Oh my god, that's dangerous.
the state of Idaho. These guys can get a beat. Onto Washington State, the gem of the West Coast. A land of great contrast. On one hand, you got the best preserved natural landscapes in America. On the other hand, you got the most apocalyptic, depressing, polluted industrial towns known to mankind.
Oh,
However,
no.
both produce amazing things though. The Cascades gave American scientists and explorers important findings about the world. Lyndon B. Johnson basically went there and said, yo, I feel way too at peace in these mountains for us to build a Cracker Barrel and a 16-lane highway on top of it. I'm making it a national park. And then, on the other hand, Washington's ugly industrial towns gave us Nirvana, the best band in the history of America ever. More specifically though, it gave us depressed people, and mentally ill people make the best art. It's
Yay!
a fact. Something people from Washington don't make.
I was gonna say thank you for making me mentally ill in Washington, but I don't know if that flies. I don't know if that flies.
Well, though, is planes. Every single time I look on flight radar and there's a Boeing flying overhead, I shit myself. I can't sleep when I'm on a 747, bruh. I'm calculating the optimal escape plan just in case. And that's gonna be the absolute extent of my Boeing rant, because I actually don't want to be murdered by the CIA. Fun fact, one of Boeing's factories in Seattle is actually the biggest building in the world. Oh, wow. It's just so awe-inspiring, you know? Anyway, I do think
It looks so goofy. It's the biggest building in the world, but it's like not high.
Washington is sick. They got like every biome,
Also, let
a
me
lot
go
of cultural importance,
back.
their fair share of evil American mega companies. They're in the top 5 highest GDP per capita states. Just compared to other states with high GDPs, they actually have greenery and nature and actually kind of functional, efficient, livable cities. So I'm thinking type A, Oregon. Now, Oregon catches so much hate, and some of it is probably justified. I mean, Portland is like the most degenerate city in America, probably just about beating Vegas and Providence. This place...
Why? Oh. More strip clubs per capita. Okay.
is freaky. By far the most strip clubs in the country. They've kind of decriminalized a lot of drugs, but haven't actually tackled the actual causes of drug problems. By far the most naked people per capita in the country. Nude
Naked bike ride? What? Oh, Freak Bob. Freak Bob is calling Chad.
Beaches, nude resorts, nude festivals, nude
Oh
communities,
my
nude bike
God.
rides in the center of one of America's largest cities, you name it. They
Oh my
fucking love
God.
being naked out here. This kind
Yeah,
of culture
freaky.
exists in Oregon as a kind of remnant of the old hippie days. This state was the capital of some really cool hippie shit and some really not cool hippie shit too. On the one hand, you have some of the craziest festivals and communities and movements. Jimi Hendrix played out there, the Stones played out there, typical Oregon shit. But you also have instances like Rajneeshpuram, where an evil Indian businessman posing as a spiritual leader was able to hoax
Oh my
thousands
God.
of open-minded white people into giving him all their money, living in his illegal settlement in Oregon, conscripted most of them into his own private army, and almost ordered a Jonestown-esque Kool-Aid solution until
Oh
the
my
CIA
God.
stepped in. I personally think Oregon has some really fascinating vibes, some really fascinating history, and overall is a pretty damn beautiful part of America. Even the biggest hippie haters have to admit you can't really get this kind of view in Iowa, you know? I
What?
can see why people who are more inclined
It is pretty. It is pretty.
to hug trees would choose this state to do so, okay? I'm giving Oregon a B, okay? I don't care, and I think they should defend their land from Idaho like my boy Bhagwan did back in the day. Talking about
You know, I find it kind of insane. You know, America's so huge. You guys have those like entire states that are just deserts, and then you also have like, you know, pretty greenery and stuff. Jonestown was Flavor Aid, not Kool-Aid. The big corporate got the hate for something that wasn't their fault. Huh.
hippies and businessmen both can be found in gigantic amounts in our final mainland state. By far the biggest state by population, by far the richest state by GDP, the second
Is
biggest
that
mainland state by
California?
size. That's right, I saved the biggest for last.
Yeah.
It's California, which once again gets a lot of hate, mainly
The flag? I don't mind the flag. I don't like it when flags have letters on them. But the flag, as an as a non-certified flag reviewer, I don't know. This flag is pretty cool. I've never seen a flag with a bear who's like, you know, with the full body of a bear. I don't know, it's kind of cool.
more than other states, but Republicans think it's like woke and shit, so I'll happily live here and drink my almond milk, which emits way more carbon and waste and is way more cruel to animals than local dairy products, and that means I'm better than you. I'm talking about you. That sentiment, that's the only thing stopping California from being high S tier, because honestly the country would be nothing without California. They provide 1/8 of all American food items, 12% of the most profitable American citizens. They produce almost all of America's films, fashion, music, culture, which has been used to dominate.
I mean, yeah, it's true, you know. I feel like most, popular Hollywood films. Hollywood is like, you know, Hollywood is like the thing, right? I feel like that's like the most popular movies, period. Not even like, I mean, at least here, I feel like, you know, German movies kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie. German film industry, German movies, German series, I kind of suck. So, yeah. Thank you, Hollywood.
The fucking world in this weird type of American global culture colonialism. The both evil and pure spirit of the pioneers who expanded westward all those years ago is still so integral to this gigantic state. As much as the average Californian would probably dispute this, Manifest Destiny is still the foundation on which most industry is rooted to in this state. Just instead of physically stampeding into foreign land and making it rightfully American, they do it through TV screens instead. If California didn't exist, I probably wouldn't even be making this video right now, since I wouldn't give a fuck about America, because I would have never watched Cloudy and a Chance of Meatballs when I was a kid, alongside all the other American
Oh, what is this clip? Look, they're holding hands. That's so scandalous. You can't do that. He's got a point. Yeah, I feel like from Hollywood, there's like a lot of soft power, right? Like the movies and stuff. And And I guess also fast food stuff. I wish we had Taco Bell in Germany. I want Taco Bell so bad. Can't hold one finger. No, that's what is it? That's not okay. Too much blurred, sorry.
Shit. I, alongside 90% of the rest of the world, is not just exposed to, but pounded by, pummeled by, pulverized by, literally mentally colonized by from the age of 0. And for that reason, I, with a heavy heart, must announce that California will be getting an S. And that's it for this episode. There will be one more where I review Alaska, Hawaii, and take DC into account as well. And importantly,
Hawaii!
I'll be doing a final shuffle of all the states. So take a look at it now. I'll give you a second to look at it.
Okay, I mean, as I said, I've never been to the US. I don't really have a strong opinion about anything, but...
Any changes you think desperately need to be made? If so, please comment. I'm going to be reading them all, evaluating everyone's points, making the final amendments.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard too. Like, California's super diverse food-wise. Oh, I'm very jealous. I mean, I feel like the area I live is also, you know, we have a lot of diversity, also when it comes to restaurants and stuff, but I don't know. There is some stuff I still would like more Mexican food, for example. I wish I had that. Oh my god.
The series has been extremely fun for me to make. I learned new things I never thought I'd know.
Yay!
For example, there's a point on the border of New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado where you could eat a quad state meal deal. I'm thinking chicken club sandwich in Arizona, Max paprika crisps in Colorado, Diet Coke in Utah, and the little happy hippo you shoplifted in New Mexico. That's the official Geopold.
Why
meal
you
deal, by the way, guys.
shoplifted?
But anyway, as I was saying, with great knowledge comes great sacrifice, okay? I've been grinding so hard to get these videos out in a alright time that, on God, my hairline gone back. I'ma have to make a Turkey visit after this series is done, bro. And you might think this is me begging for money so I can go cosmetically transform my face. No, all I'm asking, give this video and the last one in the series maybe a little like, any little interaction with YouTube's interface that mildly boosts this video. I deeply appreciate,
give him
and
a
the better this
like.
video does, the more cool projects like
Yeah,
this.
that's what I heard. Yeah, right? The topic switch up were kind of crazy. The topic switch up. It got from very silly to very political sometimes. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, like Geopold's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube!